Hello and welcome to our Mikanko deck upgrade. So after communicating with you guys in the comments down below, really some insightful conversations here and there, and educating myself on the topic a bit more, I made some adjustment to the deck and have some combos that I would like to share with you guys. If you have not checked out the deck profile and the test hand videos, I would highly recommend you doing so, because I will glance over some things we've already talked about in depth there, so check them out in the top corner or my channel. And before we get right into it, check out the new tier limits videos, deck profile and test hands, you know it. And obviously, if you like the content, maybe subscribe to not miss out on all the future deck profiles and test hands. Also, I would advertise to check out the comment section under this and other videos. Myself and other subscribers are having great conversations down there, so you might pick up some extra hints and strategies about the decks in question. And with that out of the way, let's get right into the video. So starting this deck upgrade, we'll just go over the deck list once more. We covered it in detail before, so if you have any questions about most of these cards, especially these 26 that we go through at this point, just check out the deck profile, because nothing really has changed. We play a core Mikanko package, the equips, the main deck monsters in the same ratios as before, Ceremony, Kagura and Rivalry as well. All these cards, if you want to know what they do, why they're good, check out the deck profile before, but just for completion, these are our 26 cards, which I personally think can't be changed. Now we come to some options. First of all, let's go through this bulk of cards. This is the last 14 cards and a 15 card extra deck. So I will give some insights as we go through the cards. So first of all, in this current meta, cards like Ash Blossom and Droll and Lockbird are pretty good. For this deck as well, Nibiru is a card that works really well with it overall. So these are the hand traps that we are going to play. If the meta changes, obviously Droll goes out. It's not always good, but Droll has also some additional use cases here. Talking about hand traps, we don't want to get hand trapped actually. Our deck, especially against Droll, which is meta right now, can run into some problems. So we run some counter hand trap options, especially if we go first. Personally, this deck obviously does really well if we go second, but sometimes we have to go first. On that line, let's go through some other power spells. Triple Tactics Talent. Overall, always a great card. If you don't know what to put into a deck, just put some Triple Tactics in. Will help us a lot getting additional draws in. Talking about draws, Pot of Prosperity here is absolutely our card. Sure, the half battle damage is a downside, but especially if we go first, it doesn't even come up, right? We just dig through our deck, see the extra cards and profit, because we can't even attack. Then if we go second and aren't banishing our extra deck for the Pot of Prosperity, then we can use the Ultimate Slay to bounce their cards. Talking about more going second cards, we have a bunch of Kaijus to take care of the enemy's monsters, and the Harpy's Feather Duster to clear the back row. This deck doesn't really suffer too much with most back row decks, but we still want to be on the safer side. So monster and back row removal. Now we come to some more Mikanko based cards, right? This is overall just powerful cards that you can put in many decks. Now we take a look at Metal Silver, Axe of the Fool and Mikanko Promise. Mikanko Promise is a good trap that I would consider putting in the deck as a second one if we go first, but going second you don't want to play two traps really. One is already enough for your Oohime to search something, and these two are great options to search off either Rivalry or with our Braver Dragon. This one is relatively situational but has some good meta matchups right now. Obviously with equipping this onto Oohime means that the opponent can target any monsters whatsoever, and that can come up in some cases. Axe of the Fool is some sort of chalice. It's a monster negate as an equip spell that we can search, so that's a good thing. I would only have ever one of these in the main deck right now, due to the fact that yes, it can come up, but mostly this will help you in many more matchups, and you don't really want to run too many of these non-Mikanko equip spells. They are nice, but in most cases you want to see your baseline combo first, and then you can have additional profit. And this one is a nice trap, but traps, again, they're a bit too slow. And before I show you some examples on what to side in going first or second, or what is a good overall deck list, let's just glance through the extra deck, because that's also something. Entis for the Diviner and the ultimate slay target. 2 Heralds of Arclight as a search and overall pretty neat card. Then the Braver Dragon, a very important card, really helpful with the Diviner. It searches us many things and is overall a neat combo facilitator, makes normal Diviner such a menace. This level 9 here, we're going to change it up for the Infernoble Knight Synchro Monster. So far, I think both are kind of fine. We don't really go into either of them. Then rank 3, rank 4, and Zeus. It doesn't really come up, but maybe it does, so we have it ready. And then our XZ ultimate slay target coming in through our links. The link target for ultimate slay, Cross Sheep, overall pretty good card. Comes up in many more decks, by the way. And yeah, it's just net positive, draw 2 if you ritual summon into it. And then, well, just some standard powerful cards that help any deck really. So now if you're siding your deck, what am I going to put in my deck if I go first? So first, obviously hand traps are a menace. Let's get rid of them. And oh wait, we also need some targets. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. Then, as I mentioned, we want to play the Axe in nearly most cases, but it's not the best card in the deck, so it can be sided out in some cases. It's nice to have though. And another nice card going for is obviously the Mikanko Promise. Then, yes, it's cringe, yes, it's good. Triple Tactics and Prosperity. We want to see our cards, we want to draw 2 if they hand trap us. And overall, with these additional 14 cards, you can make this 26 card cluster here with our Mikankos way better. So sadly, it's not as easy or simple to side going second blindly without me knowing what you're going to play against. In some cases, Droll is not going to do anything, same with Nibiru. In most cases, the Kaiju's ultimate slay will do you well. Again, the Axe nearly comes up always. But let's say there's no way Nibiru comes up, or they are actually not under Droll and Ash pressure. Then we can obviously make use of the Triple Tactics. It's always a good card, it nearly is always live. And also, you maybe want or need the Harpy's Feather Duster. So it's a bit hard to give you guys here like a clean-cut explanation or example of what you want to side in. Kaiju's always great, Ultimate Slay works well with problematic extra deck monsters, but let's say they're only main deck monsters, like the Flus or something like that, then this card doesn't do anything, then Kaiju's and maybe some hand traps come in better, but overall you need to think for yourself, sorry. Now let's say you go to the event, you are setting up your deck, you don't know, do I win the dice roll, will I go first, will I go second? And you don't want to go into either direction way too hard, so let's say I recommend you this. We have some going second cards and hand traps and board breakers. We have some universal cards that are just way too good, digging into your deck. Triple Tactics, it's live in any case. Called by the Grave, there's a reason why this card is at 1. And again, the Axe is more or less our card for everything, for every situation. So now you know some cards that you can put into your deck that will improve the consistency or the ability to go first or second, and how they will work together. And now to finish things off in this Mikanko video, let me show you a neat little combo that got taught to me by our neat and friendly guys in the comment section down below. Always give them some love, man. Always great to learn more from these videos for me and for you guys. So we will start with the normal summon of the Diviner. Diviner will send the Herald of Arclight, which will trigger its effect and also make Diviner a level 6, adding the 4 levels. We will search the Oohime and activate Oohime's effect, revealing her in hand and adding the ceremony to our hand. We will need to discard the Nibiru for that. We will activate the ceremony and special out the Oohime. Ceremony's effect in grave will trigger, which will mill the Arboresque here, and then we activate Oohime's effect on field, which will equip the Arboresque to it. Activating Arboresque effect, bouncing the Oohime back to hand, and specialing out the Huli. Huli's effect will trigger as she is equipped, and we will add Rivalry to our hand. Now the level 6 Diviner and the level 3 Hule will conduct a synchro summoning into our powerful, let's just put him here, Braver Dragon. Braver Dragon's effect will activate to equip with some cards. As we can equip him with up to 3 cards, we will use the following. Axe of the Fool, unless you really want or need the Metal Silver. Mikanko Fire Dance to get another Mikanko equip spell into rotation. It won't do anything for now, but it's just additional fodder for the card. And the Mikanko Mayo Washidori, which is needed for this combo. So these two could be something else, but I would advise to at least equip him with another card besides the Mayo Washidori. So we will activate the Braver Dragon's effect, and for cost he will send the equip spell. In Grave we can activate its effect to summon out the Hule from the deck, which will then be equipped with it. So now we have the Rivalry, which can be set, and that card can always equip either the Rondo or the Purification Dance, although in this case I would highly recommend the Rondo because you don't really want your untargetable, indestructible Hule to be bounced. So using the Rivalry to in the opponent's main phase use the Rondo effect. Braver Dragon has an additional negate here, so overall this is a pretty solid board, while still having the Oohime in hand for further follow-up. And remember, we only used the normal summon of the Diviner and a discard, so we will have 3 more cards in our hand. So with that we've finished our Mikanko deck upgrade. For now I think the deck is in a pretty nice state. Obviously with an upcoming ban list we might have to make some readjustments, especially with the anti-meta deck cards like Droll and Lockbird. Also in a couple months there's a new wave of support coming, so make sure to subscribe to not miss out on the then resulting new upgrades, new combos and all the more Mikanko content now and in the future. Till then my friends, have a great day and bye.